fall afternoon in the heart of Texas. No weather to speak of. Sun out, roof open. Yes, yes, and yes. A great day for football at AT&T Stadium in Arlington. Today we've got a Week 5 matchup in store here, as it'll be the Washington Commanders taking on the Dallas Cowboys. Seems like we were just starting training camp, but here we are in October, and off we go on EA Sports. And he won't get this to the 20-yard line as he's down at the 19.
At their own 19-yard line.
They'll start by running the option to the right. And Lance will have the first down as he's able to slide to avoid the contact there at the end of the play. An excellent way to start the drive there, 18 yards. One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10. The first carry now for Tony Pollard. And that'll be good for 8 yards to the 45. The Cowboys in a perfect 4-0 to start the campaign. And they've been playing their best football of the year. Winners of 4 in a row.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
On second down, here's a keeper by the QB. And he will slide to a hold at the end of that one. That one will go for 9 yards and a first down on the keeper. Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there and worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a bout.
Now Lance unable to escape, and down he goes. So now 20 yards to go on second down after the sack. Work to be done. Shotgun now for Lance. Eluding the pressure right. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Partner was a definite passing down, but he was able to leak out and pick up some good yardage, even though the coverage was excellent. Maybe it's not exactly how they drew it up, but he still got a big chunk of yardage on second down.
Still needing 10 yards. Now it's third down. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. You think maybe that tuck rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder?
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward. Incomplete pass. And on their first drive, the offense staying out there. They're going to go for it on fourth. Gallup goes in motion. Gets it out quickly here to the left flat. Down the left sideline. Touchdown, Cowboys! Michael Gallup, his third touchdown now on the year. And the Cowboys' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. Big fourth down conversion for the score, and the defense, that is a tough pill to swallow.
Big time for them. How about them just deciding to go for it on fourth down? And, oh, okay, forget the field goal, because that looked like an easy 3 points. Yeah, you might have had a defensive breakdown in there, but they pressed the issue and found a way to get it into the end zone. Give them big credit for that.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And a heck of a return as he goes out of bounds across the 50 inside the 45.
Well, you gave up the first touchdown of the game, but how about the response? Big-time return. Now it's their chance to try and put points on the board.
On 1st and 10, Prescott. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. You look at this Cowboy defense. They're going to be tough to throw on, no doubt. Currently ranked third in the NFL against the pass.
They may be ranked third against the pass in the league, but they're the best that I've seen so far. Sometimes the numbers don't tell the full story.
On second down, a run with Gibson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. He lost 4 there, and it's third down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So here's a 3rd and 14. Here's Prescott. And the Cowboys' pressure gets there this time for the sack. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on third down. Washington going to send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They've got a 7-0 lead in the football as well as they start out 1st and 10. Lance looking to throw it. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Quan Martin. And the return will stop right around the 25. So a first interception thrown for him there, and that really not the best decision either.
Not at all, and that's something he did not do in their victory last week. No interceptions in that game, but this defense, they're able to take advantage of an early mistake. Now let's see if they're going to turn it into points.
Escaping the pressure right. Target is to Dotson, and he's got him. And down inside the 15 he goes. They went 3 and out on their first drive. Things already looking better here. 1st and 10. Gibson here running out of the gun. Trying to bounce it outside, but he's only able to get it back to the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
Now Prescott. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. 5 yards. Now it's 3rd and 5.
Hey, let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
On 3rd down, here's Gibson. And running room hard to come by here. He gets it down to the 8. And Ron Rivera, he's going to keep the offense on the field. They're going for it. Throwing, Prescott. That one complete out to Dotson. And now this is going to be close. The defense says they stopped him, and they did. The Commanders went for it, but they cannot pick up the first. And it'll be a turnover on downs. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. So the drive's going to start with Pollard.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
And they work this out past the 25. That good for 22 and a first down.
That's a nice run right there, able to get to the outside. And so many times defenses say, okay, we've got you hemmed in. But if you're running the football, at least you know where everyone is coming from. You don't have to worry about the backside at all. That allows you to run with a little bit more confidence as you traverse down the field.
Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. as they've got it with a 1st and 10. And Lance now to throw. That is incomplete. These two teams, you might recall, met up back in September in Week 3. And it was the Cowboys winning on the road, so they look for the sweep here back home in Arlington. 2nd and 10. To throw, it's Lance. And his throw here is incomplete.
Many times the mindset of a play caller after a quarterback's thrown an interception on the previous drive is to come right back and give them a throw to get their confidence back. Give them something easy, get a completion, kind of get them settled again. Instead, this ball was tipped in the air and almost turned into an interception. Offense trying to make a big play, defense trying to make a big play, turned into an incompletion. So now maybe they can back off a little bit, try to relax him, and get him something that'll work.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll run for it with Pollard. And I'm not sure he got there. Did they stop him? They did. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And Washington will take control of the football in great field position. On 1st and 10, it's Gibson. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I have a feeling they'll stay committed to running the football, especially on the early downs. They just haven't had a whole lot of success just yet.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's brought down at the 34. Call it a gain of 4.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Oh, that's going to hurt a bit because they needed to come through with a completion there. Now a drive that started with great field position is facing 4th down.
And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So that kick gives them their first points of the game, CD. And it comes on the 3rd drive, but hopefully for them that's a spark that gets that offense going.
Yeah, and I would say if you're the offensive play caller, as you look at your sheet, you're trying to find that part on there that unlocks bigger points. They've struggled with a few drives so far. Finally got 3 out of it. How do you find the end zone? That's what he's searching for now.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They're coming off a 4th down gamble that last drive that backfired, CD, but really not as badly as it could. Their defense held up and only gave up 3 points.
And what they want to do is play off the momentum the defense gave them. Only giving up the 3 points in that situation after they failed on 4th down. Now they want to make it pay off. They want to pay homage to the defense and have their own drive pay off in points for themselves.
From the 35, here's 2nd down and 2. Pollard gets it off the option. And Pollard going to pick up a Cowboys 1st down as he'll get this up past the 40.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down, keep the sticks moving.
First down, and it's Pollard again. Now inside the 25. Touchdown, Cowboys! Tony Pollard, his 7th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys are able to add on to that lead.
Sometimes running plays hit or break so fast, there's no reaction time from the secondary. So I've got to give credit to the offensive line for creating that hole so suddenly. And how decisive was he to take that cut and just go? No one downfield there to stop him.
The extra point up and good by Aubrey. And that pushes the lead up to 11. The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
At their own 14-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Straight ahead, Gibson.
And the running lane's non-existent in this first half as they'll stop him behind the line. The offense on 3rd down, 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 11. Slings this deep from McLaurin. And that's caught inside the 35.
Touchdown, Washington.
Terry McLaurin, 76 yards.
And the Commanders have cut it back within a score.
He's tough to contain as it is, but in man coverage with a pretty deep pass downfield, really tough to contain.
And it's so difficult because every play you've got to consider he might try and run past you. So your goal as a defensive back is to give him plenty of cushion, meaning lots of space between you and him. If he wants to catch the short stuff, come up and secure the tackle, hit him a bunch during the game, and try and keep him in front. But if you turn your head for a second, if your concentration wanes,
bye-bye,
he just takes off and goes. And I think that's what we just saw there.
At their own 16-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. There have been points on the board. We just saw back-to-back touchdown drives. I love it. I'm high-fiving our statistician, Christian McLeod, and you're angry. You're a defensive guy.
If you met one of my defensive coordinators, God rest his soul, I'm surprised he isn't in this booth right now wanting to really take you on. This is not football the way he sees it. He wants a good old-fashioned kicking game, defense, field position, and we're getting an up-and-down-the-field game here.
I'll take him. Where's his tombstone?
Boot Hill, baby.
Here's a 2nd and 8.
Gonna run again here with Pollard. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down.
Here now a 3rd down and 8.
No gain on the play. It's now 3rd and 8.
On 3rd down, it's Pollard. And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down.
It's 4th down.
And they'll go for it. Lance.
Into double coverage, and it's intercepted.
Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown.
So they go on fourth down. Not only do they not get it, it turns into 6 points the other way. Disastrous.
And many people think you should just go ahead and knock it down in that situation. Turn it over for the offense. But I had a defensive coordinator recently tell me, we see that as a passive play. We don't do that anymore. We want the ball in our hands, and we want to head the other way.
It's probably also instinct a lot of times. If you see a lot of green grass ahead of you, go ahead and grab it.
It's the exact right play to do. That's knowing when to break the rules and when to make a play that maybe you hadn't been taught.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15.
For most people, the excitement of a kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder into ball carrier, and down he goes.
Being chased, taking it right down Broadway. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. First down now, but that clock rolling. Looking to throw. Collins. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, the incompletion, yes, but maybe here not the worst thing in the world?
No, not on 1st and 10. It actually gives them a chance to regroup, relax just a little bit. They huddle up, talk it over. Then they get a chance to continue their drive.
Now an option play on 2nd down. And once again, the Commander defense stout against the run game. They drop him for his 2nd straight play. Well, he had success earlier in the drive keeping it himself. Not here, though.
And sometimes when you have that kind of success, you can fall in love with the option a little bit too much and not give the defense credit for making adjustments themselves. And that play starts to lose its effectiveness.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
Now Lance throws the interception, his 3rd. And the Commanders will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. So a nice play defensively by the rookie coming up with the INT.
And that's a late-round pick right there, making a first-round impact. And a lot of these day 3 corners end up winding up on special teams and sub-packages and even on the practice squad. But he's really made an impact on this defense, and he comes up with the interception there.
Following the interception, here's Prescott. Steps away to his left. Nothing open downfield. He keeps it himself for 11 and a first down. And they're going to speed things up here. Prescott off play action.
Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Cowboys are going to take over once again at their own 37-yard line. So consecutive interceptions here early on in this one, and maybe setting the tone, Charles, for a game where the defense really takes center stage.
And don't you think that both offenses are really catching a bit from their coaching staff about avoiding these turnovers that we've seen early? I think both teams are trying to find an advantage. We know that. Can one of them break away and take control of this game?
Now the Cowboys going to burn the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Buying time to his left.
Oh, Lance has it knocked free. The ball is loose. And it's Washington that scoops it up.
And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line.
And maybe some indecision there on what looked to be an RPO. He wound up keeping it, but that defense right on him to strip it away.
And typically when we see that type of indecision on an RPO, that means it's well defended. He had nowhere to go with it, and that allowed the defense to get to him and knock it free and make it a turnover.
So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2. So even though it's first down, here's the field goal unit on now to try to get 3 before halftime.
On the right hash, officially this will be a 51-yard attempt. And his kick here is good. And that will do it for this first half. Time for a break. We've hit halftime. 2 quarters down, 2 still remain. We step aside. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. And how about this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. So Washington in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators. They sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach. We can get it. And that came together with that sense of urgency you talked about.
And when you're in a one-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football in the places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
Looking to throw. Prescott slings this deep from McLaurin. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
This defense has passed its first 2 tests by forcing back-to-back incompletions. They know there's probably another throw coming out third down. Let's see if they decide to force the issue by sending people on a blitz.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10. Shotgun handoff to Gibson. And he stopped up short of the first as they tackle him down at about the 36. They'll get 6 there on the run, but it brings up 4th down.
Running these were at a premium in the first half. He's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
And his kick is good. And that will make this a 9-point lead. So 3 field goals that he's hit. Now this last one helps him stretch out the lead.
He's been solid, hasn't he? And he lives up to the adage that every offensive coach has ever said to us. We want to end every possession with a kick, right? For them, it's either extra point, field goal, or at worst, a punt. In this case, it's been 3s.
The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily what you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. That's into the hands of Gallup over the middle. And oh, he's just going to be short here, barely, maybe by a half a foot. It'll be 4th and inches. They'll try and run for it. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. They only needed a few inches, but still some anxious moments there, but they do convert on 4th. The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Gallup goes in motion. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. And they have the football and will set up shop at the 33-yard line.
All right, work with me, partner. This is a classic understatement. Their execution has been very poor. Last 3 drives, 2 interceptions and a fumble. Winning football? We're not seeing it right now.
They try to run on 1st down, but this defense says no dice. They stop him a couple yards behind the line of scrimmage.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd.
Play action now. Prescott.
The 35-yard line.
Touchdown, Washington. A great effort there. 35 yards. And the Commanders are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. So here now is Prescott as his guys will go for the two-point conversion. They'll try and throw for it. And they don't get it. They tried for the two-point conversion there, but unsuccessful. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
At their own 22-yard line.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Now, they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 30-yard line.
Now Lance going to throw. Oh, that'll be incomplete. Oh, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a third down. We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receiver...
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. A big play there on the catch and run. 57 yards. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. Here's Lance to throw it. That's dumped off to Pollard. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. First and goal, and they got to be thinking a chance to get right back into this football game. Again, it's Lance. That's caught at the 1. He'll get only 2 there, and it's 2nd and goal.
A pickup of 2 brings up 2nd and goal.
Pollard is in. Touchdown, Dallas. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Now Mike McCarthy going to decide to go for 2 here. They'll try and run it here. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
Commanders 29, Cowboys 20.
The kick team out there for the Cowboys as they run up to send this one away. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And not a great return here. He'll make it back only to the 10-yard line.
Anytime you feel the kickoff inside your own end zone, you've got to be decisive about whether you're bringing it out or not. Sometimes that indecision can really cost you. That may have been what happened on that play.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
First down, Commanders.
is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
Micah Parsons, the linebacker, in on the tackle.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
Prescott to throw this time. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Partner, what we're seeing so far is the defense is certainly coordinated. Both levels doing their jobs in tandem. The back helping the front helping the back. The pressure got home on that last play and forced him to try and throw through contact and short of the sticks.
On third down, it's Prescott. That's complete to his receiver, McLaurin.
And he's going to have a Commanders first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
And this was a nice example of an offensive coordinator scheming his guy open. Just a little underneath route, just trying to free up some space, and it worked awfully well. Got him not just space, but plenty of room to run after the catch to pick up really nice yardage.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete.
I've got a good friend in football, always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
And strong running there as he's across midfield and down to the 49. A gain of 14, first down Commanders.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
9 yards on the carry there, and that will be the final play of quarter number 3. Back now in Arlington.
It's Washington with the football and the lead as we start the fourth. Second down and a yard. They'll go again with Gibson.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Play number 9 set to come here on the drive on 3rd and 2.
They'll run with Gibson.
He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20.
52 yards rushing for him now as he's carried it 13 times.
As I take a look at the clock, I realize that this drive has eaten up a good portion of the fourth quarter already. Got to tell you, partner, when you're trying to salt away a game, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like.
Dancing to his left. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
On second down, Prescott again. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Cowboys are right back in this football game.
Prescott's pass intercepted. The Cowboys take over first and 10 at their own 15-yard line.
About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense.
The interception was a great starting point, but now they need points pretty quickly, down 2 scores.
They take a shot downfield there, but it winds up falling incomplete.
And they're at the point of the ball game now where they've got to take some chances. They've got to put the ball in the air and just see what happens. But this defense knows that all too well.
Now Lance.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception.
Picked off by Emmanuel Forbes.
Then he's going to get this on down to the 13-yard line.
With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
A give running right, Gibson.
And he's going to work this one down to about the 5. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And that is caught. Touchdown, Washington. 3 touchdown passes now for Dak Prescott.
And the Commanders are looking to make it 2 straight as they add on to this 4th quarter lead. And now the Washington offense going to stay out there and go for 2.
Prescott, they're going to throw for it. And that's caught at the 2. So unable to throw it in for 2 from the 2. Let me ask you, as a former DB, what changes there around the goal line on a 2-point conversion as far as how you're defending it?
You just make sure you never back up and you never retreat. You establish yourself really on the line of scrimmage, put your heels on the goal line at worst. And if they're going to throw the ball, make them throw it over your head because they're going to run out of space because of the back of the end zone. Never let a guy catch one in front of you.
And they'll have very good starting field position as he's up just shy of the 40.
The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive.
So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you, and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
A little bit of a breakdown there defensively, and the RPO turns into a big chunk play.
And when you think about running offense, the word comes to mind, assignment, right? Because you have to carry those out. But you have to play assignment football on defense.
And he is into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown.
Trey Lance,
his 2nd touchdown of the game and his 9th on the year.
And the Cowboys are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. So this is now a 9-point difference. You figure the book here says kick the extra point, make it a 1-score game.
Now, you and I have seen coaches get overly aggressive in this spot, but I agree with you. Kick it here and get back within a score.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come. It's complete, but he will not get into the end zone, and that one hurts as it will remain a 2-score game here in the 4th.
Cowboys 26.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Washington takes over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
3rd down, now even tougher. 3rd and 13 after that loss of a yard.
Now that's a nice play. Got me fired up, partner. But can they do it back-to-back plays? All the training that you go through as a defense for these situations, when you have to get the ball back,
Everything you go through, holding up the runner, raking at the football, getting to the passer, knocking it out of his hands, whatever way, they have to get the ball back.
Now can they stand tall again for a huge fourth quarter stop? And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. Now Prescott. Oh, and a heck of an effort there as he'll make the diving catch. And he's going to have a Commander's first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Partner, I like that they're staying aggressive on offense because to me, this drive is what is known as a put-away drive. You score here, that might put this one to bed. I like the fact that they're playing with confidence and not playing with fear.
And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. The 4th quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
And he'll get it out near the 40 to the 39.
39-yard line. A gain of 11 brings up 3rd and inches.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. The offense on 3rd down tonight, 5 out of 9 thus far. They're looking at 3rd in the nose of the football. Gibson again. And he is going to have the first down, and that is going to suck the life right out of this crowd. By the skin of their teeth, they are able to convert on 3rd and inches. They'll try to throw now. Prescott. Blitz coming, and down he goes. And now we'll see a timeout used on defense as they stop it right out of the break with 1:57 to go in the ballgame. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility of the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's the right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. A handoff running left is Gibson. And this won't be enough. A good secure tackle, and they stop him a few yards shy at the 46. Prescott to throw on 4th. Lines up and lets it go for Samuel. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Ron Rivera, the gambling type, but he comes up empty here. And this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. Here's 1st and 10. Here's Lance. That is caught. It's Chris Godwin. And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line. Now 1st and goal.
That's good for the Cowboys.
In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Lance trying to urge his offense to go quickly.
2nd and goal at the 12-yard line.
Quick throw, and it's caught by Gallup.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain.
3rd and goal. And keep in mind, very possibly 4-down territory.
That's caught once again by Gallup. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with the clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope.
Coming from where they were, they knew this was going to be tough, but they got the touchdown. Now they need the miracle, the onside kick and a little extra.
Yeah, and you have to get the onside kick and not have the ball bounce around a lot and eat up time. You want to be able to grab it, possess it, and get your offense out there for what you just termed a miracle last chance.
So looking at this situation, you should have time for the onside kick and then at least one play. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They had to go for it with no timeouts remaining, though now this one's as good as over.
They gave it an effort. They tried their best, did everything they could to try and get the ball on the onside kick. You're exactly right. They had to try it. It was their only option. And now this game is done. Just take it, kneel, and call it a day.
We got to have two hands on the football here as they run on 1st down.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Now Washington going to use the 2nd of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to at least make it a 5-point cushion. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will push the lead up to 5.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
And the Cowboys are able to recover.
It was a long shot, but they did get one final chance to try to score and overcome this small deficit. No touchdown, though, Charles. And that brings this one to a close.
Yeah, I think Hope was wearing one jersey and Worry was wearing another on the other sideline as that final snap played out. Now, we've seen some incredible plays to win games before, but in this case, I think the distance was just a little bit too great.
Can I talk my... Come on! That other side. The Oakley way.